Hi YouTube folks, want to take a look at the battery terminals on my 2006 Honda Odyssey. It's been an absolutely great van for us, has about 200,000 miles on it. However, we've had some problems with our battery terminals, and the way they come from the factory, Mazda ships it with, instead of it being like a nice solid block of brass or steel or something, it comes with a little bit of a wrap around the battery terminal, and the first thing that happens is that little metal wrap that goes around the battery terminal from the factory kind of starts getting corroded and difficult to deal with. The nuts get stuck, and then you twist the nut and the little strap breaks off. So what you're looking at here is my repair, trying to deal with that problem. I went out to AutoZone, Advance Auto, wherever you go. I bought myself a couple of battery terminals. I actually did both sides, but I'll explain this side first. This is the negative side. I went out and I got a conventional battery terminal clamp. I replaced these bolts. These bolts here are 3/4 inch bolts. I went to Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever you go. Go ahead and buy the battery clamp first so you can match the thread pitch. This 3/4 inch bolt goes through the top plate, the air gap, through the threads in the bottom of the block, and then into this nylon equipped lock nut at the bottom. Again, you got to make sure you match the thread pitch so it goes smoothly through the existing bolts. And what this does is, extending it and adding the nylon lock nut, it really lets you squeeze down on these wires that come from the engine compartment. So prior to clamping them in here, what I did is obviously I removed the factory situation, cut that off. I polished them up nice with a wire brush, and I clamped them in here nice and tight. Put it back on, and it's looking really good for me. So I'm quite happy with this. It's been on the van for a couple years now, working absolutely great. The only time we've had problems with this van is my wife would call me and she'd be broken down. The car wouldn't start. Sure enough, it was those old factory clamps on the battery cable. And then to go ahead and replace the cable and put it back, you'd have to replace essentially this whole grounding harness, and it was just a little too much to deal with. So this was my solution. Let's go ahead and look at the other side. So you're probably looking at this going, now what's this guy doing over here? So what I did is I essentially did the same thing on the negative side, but on the positive side, you got to be careful, right? Because the engine block underneath this cover is the top of the head of the motor. You got to be careful grounding it. And when I got done, I wasn't satisfied that I had enough protection here. If my wife were to get in an accident or somebody were to fall on the hood, that it wouldn't press the hood of the van onto this positive terminal and then essentially start a very serious short and maybe even a fire. So my solution to this, it may not be elegant, but that red thing that comes from the factory that goes over the positive terminal, clearly it will not go over this new implementation. It just wasn't made for that. So what I did is I went out to eBay. I bought one of these. This is one of those sticky mouse pad things, dash pads you can buy. I bought red, so it's very clear to my wife that this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal in case she ever had to jump start the car. I just put it on here. I put a couple zip ties over it. So again, if she were to be in an accident, or if a mechanic's in here, you know, swinging wrenches around, that they don't accidentally cross between the engine block and the positive terminal. So that's my quick fix. I'm very happy with it. It's the only thing I don't like about the van. The van's been awesome, 200,000 miles, and we're really happy with it. Just thought I'd share that fix with you. I hope it's useful. Bye.